All right, welcome back, everybody. Look at the time lapse right here, looking at Flagstaff, Arizona. What is this? Look at all the clouds that are billowing up and moving through. That's from, believe it or not, an upper level low that peeled in out of Southern California right through the Four Corners. But it dragged in old Alvin's humidity also. So that aided in the cloud development, some rain also. So we did get the remnants, I guess you can call it that, right across the lower part of the Four Corners from Alvin. And that was across the Pacific that formed last week. So this is an area of concern that we're watching now because it could happen again. We've got a now brand new 70% chance of seeing development right here, up from 60% last hour. So now we're in that cherry red area, but it's the same spot. That's a broad area of circulation we could see form over the next several days. So next 7 days, we've got a possibility of our next tropical depression and then possibly Tropical Storm Barbara after that. So now we're looking at the East Pac with some development zones. They're starting to get a little spicy. Look at that. You can see a broad area of circulation most likely is going to form here within the next 2 days. Right now, it's nothing, okay? You can see just a lot of clouds beginning to develop. Here's that visible satellite imagery. Again, not much to take note of at this point, but this entire region by tomorrow, you most likely put that water vapor on there, starting to see an area of circulation develop that could be on the broad side and then begin to tighten up as it gets over some of that warmer water. And it's baking in some water right now. So with that in mind, south to Acapulco, you can see the area shaded in bright yellow. There is a medium shot of seeing some development here over the next 2 days, next 48 hours. So that's where it goes right here for the eastern part of the Pacific. As for what we're watching the rest of the region, not much is out there. We've got this one area of concern developing with all the computer models taking that low and advancing up to the north and to the west. Short-lived, though, right? So you got some warmer water temperatures that are right here. Look at the blue shaded areas, below average water temperatures, and that would be the path it would take. So look at the darker shades of red, just off the shore from Guatemala and Mexico. Those are temperatures that are in the mid to upper 80s, so extremely warm water right here. And that whole thing is going to slide up into the colors that are yellows and greens, 70s and even 60s. So what's next on the list? That would be Barbara. You can see right there. That's what we're watching. We already hit Alvin. Alvin is the one that had that moisture get sucked up into the lower part of the Four Corners and aid in that flooding development that we had out there. Now, generally speaking, June 10th, that's when we see our first named storm of the Pacific season. The average first date for the hurricane is June 26th, so we're still a couple weeks from there. But remember, we've already had our A1. That was Alvin. Next on the list could be Barbara. And you can see what we're watching for the next few. Looks like we peak out in August and again on September.